everyone needs a signature pitch that is unique to their experiences, their expertise, their core beliefs, what they bring to the table. And so that's what I call it, is a signature pitch. Your signature pitch, Hollow, may be different from mine. Now, the foundations of a pitch and the foundations of selling, I think, pretty much remain the same, but it's everyone has a unique distinction to what that is. And what makes a pitch signature to you is that you have to figure out a way to transfer belief, meaning most of the time, people are already psychologically out of the gate wanting to say no to you first. So how do we transfer the belief from the no into this is exactly who we need to work with, where do we sign? And you do that with your signature pitch. And so that's really what I teach of that model is your signature pitch, again, is not about you and what you want. It's how are you transferring that belief that you are the solution provider for what it is that they need, want, or desire that is going to get them to say yes to you. The other thing that I think is an important element to the signature pitch, and I may not even share this in the book, but people want to say no because it makes us feel safer. So if a brand wants to say no, go ahead and get that out of the gate first. Let them say no. And what I say about this is that if you have an ask, you want to make sure that you have other asks in your arsenal. So you're not just coming out the gate with only one option that you're pitching. You want to have these other ideas that you could potentially collaborate with the brand on. That way, if they say no, okay, great, we've got the no out of the way. Now let's get to the yes. And you can then follow up with these other ideas that you have. And so that's really where a signature pitch can come into play and really having these different options. And so you're not really... It's you want to get the no because we learn from our no's first off, but also a no is it's guaranteed in any kind of negotiating type of situation that's happening. So let's get the no out the gate. So then we can get to the good stuff and get them to say yes. And that even goes back to the story that I shared with my home renovation. I got a lot of no's. I even got no from from People Magazine and from World Market before I got the yes.
But I'd love to get some examples of what a signature pitch is. What's your signature pitch?
My background is in education. So I'm usually going to be coming from this place of offering some type of solution to an educational based thing. So if I'm going to a brand and for example, right now, I'm pitching a podcast tour. So I'm going to these brands and I'm using what my signature is the education piece to say, I'm going to be on this tour. I'm going to be teaching X, Y, and Z. We're going to have X, Y, and Z type of person that is there, that is your ideal avatar as well. And I'm going to be using my expertise in that education forum to really kick off this event and to make that be what people are coming home with. So that would be the angle that I would take. Other angles that you could take for people, sometimes it's beauty, sometimes it's wellness, sometimes it's health, sometimes it's fashion, it's entertainment, sometimes it's your own products and services. So it's about what is signature and unique to you that is going to be able to connect with the brand, that the brand is actually going to see value in to get them to say yes to you.
Yes, and you talk about 3 elements: connection, credibility, and promise. Is there anything you want to add to in regards to that?
Yeah, so I think connection, and we've talked a lot about that, and this is really where that spotlight method comes into play. You want to be able to authentically connect to the brand and to also what it is that you're offering them. And that's why I always say it's always people first and coming from that place. I think that is huge. And credibility. You want to be able to back up what it is that you're saying. It doesn't mean that you need to be necessarily the biggest or best expert in whatever it is, but it's about showcasing the things that really make you stand out and really make you shine. So what are those credible pieces? Maybe it's not your following, but maybe it's your newsletter list. Maybe it's not your email list, but maybe it's, the fact that you're a really good content creator. There's a student in my Pitch It Perfect program right now. Her name is Erden, and she has no following, but she is this phenomenal content creator, and she creates these incredible TikToks and Reels. So brands are actually hiring her, not for her to put content on her channel, but for her to actually create content for them. So that has become her signature pitch. She is, they're not having to hire this ad agency anymore. They're hiring her. And so it's about thinking, what can I work with what I have to have that credibility piece shine to light? And then your promise, which is your PIP promise, is, am I actually going to be able to back up what it is that I'm saying. Is this brand going to be able to see a return on investment with what it is that they are investing in? And that could be with conversion, that could be with brand awareness. Again, this depends on what's important for the brand. It's your job as the content creator to be asking these questions to figure that out, but making sure that you're executing on that promise that you're telling them.